stop everything because it's time to sing happy birthday and blow out the candles for Eevee Pig. What flavor will the new little piggy's birthday cake be? Birthday on TV. Does anyone really doubt that Eevee's birthday is going to be broadcast on TV? The truth is that the new little piggy is a huge celebrity. Of course, everyone in the pig family is too, but that's not what we're talking about right now. The truth is that Eevee has something that none of the other characters ever had. Her entire birth process was shown on television, with real-world journalists appearing on several programs. In other words, it won't take long before we start seeing Eevee appearing in newspapers all around the world. Of course, this is really important because there actually is a reason why the whole world cares about Eevee, and it has something to do with the queen of Peppa's world, but we'll talk about that later. Are you ready to see more? The moment has come! Let's enjoy another Cinewave together! Eevee was born on May 20th, 2025, which means she has been in our lives for 1 year and a few days. Her birthday party is going to be super special, with balloons and cake. But do you remember everything that happened over the past few months? Eevee was responsible for the pig family moving into a bigger house. On top of that, Peppa is learning how to become a more responsible big sister, and because of that, the cartoon is changing a lot, because we're talking about time finally moving forward in the Little Piggies series. Anyone who knows Peppa's world knows that time never really changed before Eevee was born. We had a gender reveal party for the little piggy the day she was born, and even the moment when Eevee's favorite toy was chosen. All of these are important changes in the cartoon that only exist because of Eevee, and that's really cool, right? The Queen. Did you know that Eevee Pig was born at the hospital where England's princes were born? The Lindo wing of St. Mary's. Being born in a place like that costs a lot of money and carries a certain royal status. The truth is that the Queen of Peppa's world is going to attend Eevee's party to announce that she will become the next ruler of the country. You've probably noticed that the Queen in Peppa's world lives alone in that palace, because every time her house appeared, she was by herself. On top of that, a royal messenger was used to announce in the middle of London that Eevee had been born. Do you notice how Peppa, who is the main character of the cartoon, never had anything like this? It's because of this detail that we are absolutely sure Eevee will replace the Queen when she grows up. This will probably be the most important moment of the new Little Piggy's party. What do you think about that? Grandpa Pig. There's something super important that needs to be talked about. Grandpa Pig is going to build something for Eevee and give it to his granddaughter as a gift. You know Grandpa Pig, and you know he always builds things for his grandkids. He built a treehouse for Peppa, a castle fortress for George, and even a little toy car for his grandson. Of course, Grandpa Pig is going to make something for his new granddaughter, and we already have a good idea of what it could be. Eevee is completely obsessed with rubber ducks. In fact, that was her very first toy and the thing she loves playing with the most. She takes Mr. Duck everywhere, and that proves exactly what we're talking about regarding Grandpa Pig's big gift. As far as we know, Eevee is going to love ducks the same way George loves dinosaurs. Because of that, it only makes sense to think that Grandpa Pig's big present will have something to do with that. It could be a little house for her rubber duck, or maybe even an entire lake in the family's backyard for Eevee to play in. Or maybe Eevee will get another little duck, since her toy will eventually get worn out from how much she uses it. Either way, Grandpa Pig is definitely going to give a special gift to his new granddaughter at her birthday party. Would you like Grandpa Pig to build a toy for you? Comment the hashtag pig so we can get to know you. Water park. Still talking about this. It's very possible that Peppa will come up with the best idea in the world and tell her parents, let's have Eevee's birthday party at the water park. We're saying this for a very simple reason. There's a Peppa story that shows Eevee having fun at a water amusement park, and that fits the little piggy perfectly because, as we already said, she loves rubber ducks that float in lakes, meaning she absolutely loves water. That's why we're sure Eevee's fun is going to have something to do with this theme. Remember when Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig rented out a museum for George's birthday so the little piggy could have fun with dinosaur fossils? Nothing is stopping them from renting out a water park for Eevee. Do you agree? Hair. Here's a piece of information that, if confirmed, would be a huge change for the cartoon. Now that Eevee is turning 1 year old, one of the biggest fan theories is about to be answered, and it might happen on the day of her birthday. Have you noticed that Eevee wears a little bow on her head? And that's really interesting because she doesn't have hair. No character in Peppa Pig has hair, at least not in the animation style that has existed for over 20 years. This detail makes us think that now that Eevee is growing up and getting older, hair might start growing on her head. That would explain why she needs the bow. Could it be that after Eevee turns 1 year old, she's finally going to grow hair? That would be a huge change in the cartoon. Dottie. We also imagine that Eevee's birthday party could be a huge reason for Aunt Dottie to come back. We know she lives in another country, but it's definitely time for her to finally meet her new niece, right? This is super important important because we believe Aunt Dottie is bringing another one of her famous gifts for Eevee. Before this, she gave Peppa and George a wooden rocking horse with wheels, but that didn't work out very well. In Eevee's case, it needs to be something safer, and we also have an idea of what it could be. Maybe Aunt Dottie talked with Mommy Pig about the new little piggy, and Mommy Pig explained how much her daughter loves water and little ducks. Have you ever seen those small boats that move while you pedal them like a bicycle? We call them paddle boats, and in the episode Boating Trip, we can see the pig family riding one of them. Aunt Dottie could easily find a duck-shaped paddle boat, and Eevee would absolutely love playing with it at the town lake. Don't you agree? It's really fun to think about. Talking. And one of the most interesting things that could happen at Eevee's birthday party is her first word. We discovered in the episode Olden Days that Peppa's first word was mommy, and George's first word was dinosaur. Honestly, that couldn't have been more perfect, right? Now, what will Eevee's first word be? Could it be something different? We're almost completely sure it's going to be Daddy. We believe that because Daddy Pig thought Peppa's first word would be his name, but it wasn't. It's only fair for Daddy Pig to finally receive that kind of tribute, don't you agree? Let's wait and see what happens. You know what would be awesome? Subscribing right now and getting all our videos straight on YouTube. Muddy Puddles. Do you remember what Peppa's very first episode was? That episode is called Muddy Puddles, and it's all about the piggy's favorite kind of fun, jumping and playing in the mud after a storm soaked the entire backyard. Eevee is a little piggy who's growing up, so it's definitely time for her to start having fun in the yard with Peppa and George, right? That's exactly why it's hard to imagine a piggy birthday party without muddy games. Can you picture it any differently? Eevee's birthday party will absolutely include huge muddy puddles for all the little piggies to jump into, and you can be sure of that. After all, she's finally reaching the age where she can enjoy herself the way a real little piggy should. Don't you agree? Color. You've probably noticed that Eevee is a little piggy who wears a white baby outfit. That makes perfect sense during her first year in the series, but now it's finally time to change that, right? If you watch the episode Olden Days, you'll notice that an old photo of Peppa already shows her wearing her iconic red outfit while she was still a baby. In the same episode, we also discover that George was already wearing blue as a newborn, and their cousin, baby Alexander, has been wearing yellow for a very long time, which means it's finally time to choose the color that will define Eevee. But which color will it be? Some people think it could be light yellow because of the bow on her head, and honestly, that makes sense. But what if it's green? A lot of people online believe that could become Eevee's color, or maybe she could even continue wearing white forever. Could that really happen? Either way, it's very possible that her birthday party will finally answer this mystery. Alexander. Speaking of her cousin, baby Alexander, it's definitely time for these two characters to finally meet, right? They are the future of the pig family, and now that Eevee is turning 1 year old, there's a very good chance they'll meet at the party. Maybe they've already met off camera, but we still need an episode about this for one simple reason. Like we already said, they are the future of the cartoon. Do you doubt it? Let's move on to the final item on our list, time. And finally, let's talk about what Eevee's first birthday truly means. As we've already mentioned in many of our videos, Eevee completely changed the cartoon because before her, time never moved forward. Everything stayed exactly the same throughout 20 years of the series, but Eevee's arrival proves that time is finally passing and the characters are getting older. The exact moment the little piggy's birthday party becomes part of the cartoon, the barrier of time will break and the characters will start growing up. But since Peppa Pig is a universe focused on children's adventures, Peppa might stop being the main character because she will become a teenager instead of a child. That proves Eevee is the new protagonist, which is exactly why we say she is the future. Do you agree with that? No matter your answer, remember to always stay with us. We've prepared 2 videos you're going to love. Pick one and keep having fun here with Teen Videos.